Hey everybody, it's Blindy and Swirl One. I'm at home cooking a really good dinner. I saw a video that one of my friends sent me on YouTube, and it made me want to make a video. And I try not to always talk about controversial stuff. You guys notice lately I've been kind of touching on some lighthearted stuff about love and things like that, but I have to speak on this. The name of the video that I saw was "I Blame Black Women for the Death of Black Children in the Black Family." Now, when I first saw the video, the first things that crossed my mind were reject responsibility, narcissism, unquenchable sexual desire, sociopaths, damage and destroy everybody around you, prey upon weakness, planting seeds in anybody, and a sense of entitlement that's at a heightened extreme level. I'm going to speak about all of those things I just said to you. Before I get started, let me say this. I don't really like conflict. Throughout my life, I've always been a peacemaker. I try to get along with people. I've always had friendships of all walks of life, get along with anybody. I don't like drama. Never have. But sometimes it's unavoidable. And the video I saw, I could not avoid giving my thoughts on that video. When I saw the video, all the thoughts that came to mind were the ones I mentioned to you guys. All the men that I came in contact with throughout my life of all races came to mind. After I watched the video, I sat at home and I was thinking about it. I compared every man I've ever met when I was in corporate America, in my personal life, the men in my family, the men around me, the men I grew up around, the men I'm around now in my new life, having a family. I compared everybody I've ever came in contact with to the men I've been seeing on YouTube who make these videos saying that black women are the cause of the death of black children and the black family. I've compared every man I've ever encountered with the men that I've been seeing on YouTube. And I want to show you guys some comparisons to the differences in these men and why we should ignore them. I'm going to explain that in more detail. More than ignore them, by the way, but we'll start with that, okay? Now, all the other ethnic groups of men that I've met in my life, I'm around Indians, I'm around Hispanic, Asian, everybody. I'm around everybody. And I noticed that men of other ethnic groups do not proudly profess they hate the women of their community. I've never seen that. And in fact, I have Asian friends who are married to white guys. And I'm also around Asian guys, and I don't even hear them speaking negatively about the Asian women who are with white guys. I never hear that. The extreme hatred for black women, and they're blaming women for the hellhole the black community has become. And the community is supposed to be protected, provided for by men. The community is supposed to be, men are supposed to establish certain way of life for any community. I don't care if it's in the remote part of Africa. It's supposed to be men who establish things, men who are the ones supposed to govern, they're supposed to protect. That's their job. But I see men who don't feel they should have to do anything. They feel like they shouldn't have to do anything, and that everything going wrong is a woman's fault, and they should do nothing. They're like an innocent bystander, or they're just basically invisible. They feel they should not have to do anything, and everything is the woman's fault. Okay? That's the reason why the black community is in the condition it's in. It's been abandoned and neglected. The men who are decent left. They didn't maintain it. They didn't feel they had to. They didn't want to, and they just left and checked out. The ones who keep complaining about it do nothing either. So that's why it's in the state it's in. It's been abandoned and neglected. Other men of other ethnic groups don't do that. Even Hispanics, who are also, many of Hispanics don't have a lot of money. They're not rich people, but they still take care of their family. Most Hispanic males work really hard and take care of their families. So it's not money. It's a sense of, I don't give a damn is what it is. Many black males have a I don't give a damn every man for themselves mentality. That's what this is. They don't care about anybody but themselves. We're going to speak a little bit more about that a little bit deeper. They have that spirit of, I don't care about nobody but myself, and then I'm going to blame women for why everything is all messed up, even though I did nothing. Okay? Let's talk a little further about that. The men who blame black women for the state of the black family, black children, somehow have a missing key element to the reason the situation is as bad as it is. The refusal of black men to take any responsibility. Black men brag about how many women they can get in bed with, how many women they can get to sleep with them, how many women they can get sex from. They brag about that. They try to hit on. Many black men have a very, they don't have any problem with trying to sleep with as many women as they can. They have no issue with that. However, that recklessness and that irresponsibility causes unwanted pregnancies. Women they weren't serious about, women they didn't want in their life really, they get them pregnant. And then they don't like that. So they walk away. But why were you so reckless? If you weren't serious about someone and you didn't really want to be with them, why didn't you use a condom? Why didn't you pull out? Why did you plant a seed? Once you plant a seed, it's not up to you if it's going to grow, if it's going to, I mentioned that in a previous video. It's not up to you anymore if you plant that seed. So you plant a seed, then you get mad at her when she decides to keep the child. Okay? So these men brag about their sexual prowess and they sleep with anybody. Then they have an allergic reaction to responsibility. They don't like that. Okay? These types just want to have fun. That's it. They don't want anything serious. And they don't care. They have no problem with sleeping with anybody. She doesn't have to be anybody. It could be a homeless bum on the street woman. It don't matter. Okay. Planting your seeds in anything with a pulse, then get angry when the baby is created. If you didn't want children, why did you plant a seed? Why didn't you take pride in such sexual carelessness? You don't like responsibility once you produce a child. You are angry at the situation and the outcome, but you don't participate with the care of the child. You are the problem. Once you know the child, you have a child, you know the child's yours, you know that. I don't care if you and the mother ever talk again. It don't even matter about her anymore. That's your child. You're supposed to take care of them. You're supposed to participate in their care. You can't blame women. You can, if you don't get along with the mother, you can take her to court. You can get partial custody, visitation rights. Fathers have rights. There is no excuse to not participate if you are the father. You can't blame it on the mother. You can't. She can't keep you from your child. You can take her to court. No excuse. But that's the excuses they use. Okay? Now, because of this situation, children born by irresponsible, selfish people, and when I say that, the women are wrong too. I'm not just saying that the men are the problem. In the black community, men and women both are the problem, but it's not just women, and that's why we got to keep talking about this, because the men are always blaming the women, and we're not going to do that. We're going to be honest. The men and the women both are the problem, not just the women. The women are the problem because what they do is they get pregnant and then they go to the welfare system to take care of the child. That means you had no business getting pregnant. You can't take care of the child. He can't take care of the child. Why are you having the child? Then you have a child you can't take care of, and they living in poverty, and the cycle continues of poverty, broke, living in bad neighborhoods where people are being shot. You shouldn't put a child in those circumstances if you had a child by somebody randomly. Children are for marriage. Okay, so let's keep going. Okay, now, the cycle of this occurring and men walking off because they got somebody pregnant, that they didn't want to get pregnant, causes children to be in circumstances where they're not protected. When you're not protected, very bad things happen to you. Very. Boys and girls. And girls who are not protected, sometimes their cycle continues. They are not protected. Bad men come in their life, and it just keeps going because nobody's protecting them. The father's not protecting them. The mother can't. And that's what we see in the black community right now. Unprotected women. If you've been unprotected, you get victimized a lot, you become very bitter. That's what we see now. This is stemming from the unprotection from the men. So that's why I have to point this out. I'm not gonna sit up there and watch a video saying all these things that are not true and not say nothing. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna speak the truth. Okay? Now, like I said, one of the people the person who made this video claimed he's very happy in a new relationship with a non-black woman. He claimed he's happy, he had a great relationship. That's wonderful. But why do you keep talking about black women? You don't have to talk about them anymore. You're happy now. You don't have to complain about them anymore. A lot of these men, and even the men on his comment section, are constantly talking bad about black women, even though all these men are in interracial relationships. They should be happy now. They don't have to deal with it anymore. Why are they constantly still talking bad and smearing and putting down black women? They're no longer associated with black women anymore. That's how you know you're being played. This is now a hustle. You can't stop doing it now because you're making money off of doing it now because of other people who think like you do, want to keep hearing it, so you're going to keep doing it. It's a hustle. This person is doing this, claim he's happy, it's a good relationship. So why is he still doing it? He don't have a reason to anymore. Be happy and ride off into the sunset with who you chose to be with. You don't have no reason to talk about black women anymore. But he can't help it because it's a sickness. I have to blame my problems on somebody else to get them off of me. It's deflection. It's because a lot of black men are not successful. They're not as other men. So it's just to put it on, I'm not successful because of my mother or because of the women in my life. Somebody else. It ain't because of me. I don't have a problem. That's what this is. You have to deflect. You got to lie. You got to blame something on other people. And then once you go to other people, and because you're so sick, it won't last with them either, then you're going to find a way to blame them. I guess you're going to hate white women after that. I mean, you're going to always put the blame someplace else because I guess it's something we can't help as a people. Nobody wants to admit they're flawed. They're sick. They're toxic. That their way of thinking has made their life the way it is. Other people shouldn't have that much power over you. If I'm around somebody who is a sinkhole, who is dragging me down, I'm going to cut them off. I'm not going to stay around them. I don't have to keep talking about them. I don't have to keep bringing them up. I just cut them off and move on. So that is a deflection. It is not real. It is to put it off of them that they are the ones. They're the reason. Their way of thinking, the way they are, is why they are or where they are. And you know the sad thing about this is, a lot of the people I see making videos, they actually truly have a gift. They are funny, they're entertaining, they keep you interested. If they could talk about something more positive, they could get far. I'm talking about Will Smith far. I'm serious. But it won't ever get that far because of the way they are. They won't ever rise to those levels, ever, because of the way they are. They are their own worst enemy, not black women. It's them. Now, when I see these videos, I see women on the comment section agreeing with these people who make these awful videos. And I believe that these women are just weak. They're weak, and they think if they agree with these men, that these men will like them. It don't ever go like that. If they hate black women, they'll hate anybody. You know, it doesn't matter. You don't have to be a hairhat. You don't have to be a beastie. I'm not a beastie. I'm a college-educated, married black woman. And you know what? They don't like me either. I've had several of them attack me on my videos, even when I speak about something positive. You guys don't see the comments because I block them and I remove the comments. I'm attacked every day. And I'm not a beastie. So they hate you, period. It doesn't matter. So kissing their butt and trying to get along with them is futile. Don't even waste your energy. Unless you just want to be around people who are going to pull you down into a pit, because that's what they're trying to do. These men who are awful. And you know, that's another thing. All this talk about how bad black women are, when we see the reality, who are filling up the prisons? Who are the highest unemployed? Who are the ones in society that when they see you, people clench their purse? It's not black women. It's black men. So instead of you trying to attack women, why don't you deal with your issues? That would be more productive. It will be black women going down with the ship. You want to go down with the ship? Go down with them. Oh well. Because no matter how much you side with these men and you agree with them, they don't like you. And I believe you need therapy. The women who agree with these men need therapy. You agree with people who hate you. You're agreeing with someone who despises you. That's unhealthy. Think about that, ladies. And if you come over my channels talking about any of this stuff, I'm going to block you. I won't even respond because I don't deal with that. I'm not weak. I would never deal with men who are abusive. So if you do that and you want to side with them and agree with them, that's fine. I don't. So I hope you're happy with your choices. To side with men who hate you. I don't respect that. I don't understand it. And I don't even want to. I stopped accepting that kind of abuse a long time ago. Anyway, I'm going to let you guys go and I'll be back soon. Peace.